Hi there, guess what? My book, Making Your Website Work, is finally published and available on Amazon. And in this video, I would like to tell you who is it for, what's inside, how is it structured, and how you can use it to improve your website. Who is this book for? This book is for business owners who have a website, obviously. And if you're writing your copy yourself and create your own pages, you'll learn how to write better copy and what design mistakes to avoid. And if you hire copywriters or designers to help you with your website, you'll learn how to spot poor copy and make sure the design isn't only pretty, but is also effective. Something I saw many times going wrong with business owners who hired people to help them just at the end to end up with really poor copy, really poor design, because they couldn't distinguish, what makes copy effective, what makes design effective. This book is also for copywriters to use it not only for your own business, but also with your clients, for copywriters who want to sharpen their skill and learn how to spot bad design decisions and discover powerful arguments to use in conversations with clients and designers, because sometimes you work on a team, and sometimes the website does not perform the way it should, but it may be not even your fault. Maybe the design was bad, but now you would know, and you would be able to point to your client that something is not working out, and it's not actually the copy. And plus, of course, you get to charge higher rates for your services, because now you know more. Now you understand not only the copywriting part of the website, but also the design part, right? And it's also for web designers. It's the same as for copywriters, for web designers to use it in your client work, because now you will understand, first of all, what makes effective design. So you will be able not to design just pretty websites, but websites that work. And you also will be able to warn your clients if you see that the copy on on this website you've been working with your client and their copywriter, that the copy is not as effective as it should be. And at least warn them, or at least not be the person to blame later when something goes wrong. So how is this book structured? What bothered me in many business books that I never finished reading was long chapters, a lot of theory, a lot of words that could have been omitted, where I was thinking, man, I got your point. Come on, let's go talk about something else. But it's like unnecessary words. It's like everything is long and not as actionable as I wanted it to be. So this book is different in the sense of that it has all the words that do not help you take action removed. It divided in 100 chapters that are independent from each other, and each chapter deals with a very real issue on real life websites that I've seen several times, and it helps you improve your website on the spot. So it's snackable format, very actionable, and you can read it in any order you like. I thought about it as a kind of gamification, in the sense of that you will be maybe surprised by the next tip. You will be looking forward to it. It will be like unwrapping candy and not knowing what flavor it will be. You would know it would be great flavor. You just will be surprised. So it's less monotonous. But of course, I wanted you to be able to find everything quickly. It's not like, it's like disconnected tips that are just scattered all over the book. So I made sure you can also find things that you're looking for. For example, you have a problem with your homepage, so you will be able to find all the tips about the homepage, or you would like to read tips only about copywriting, you can also do that. And I did it in two different ways. First of all, each tip has a sign, like a letter in front of it, like C for copywriting, D for design, UX for user experience, to give you an idea what the tip will be about. So you can just skip the tips that seem not relevant at this point. And also it will have an index at the end of the book that organizes topics, tips by topics. I will show you the screenshot of it later. Another thing that I was missing in other business books are examples, real life examples, many examples. Almost every tip has an example. Every third tip has an illustration to make the point stronger that I'm making, or give you an example of an effective design or effective design, because it's difficult to describe design problems, right? So many tips that are about design also come with an illustration. So let me show you what I mean. Here you see table of contents, And you can see that every chapter, every tip deals with a particular issue. For example, why you should hide following social icons, why you should delete your testimonial page, or how you should make headings look like buttons. And you see that you can read them in any order. They are not necessarily connected. And this is an example of a typical chapter with a practical tip about a call to action button. The big letter C that I already mentioned at the beginning indicates that it's about copy. And you also see an illustration next to it that contains examples of effective and less effective CTA copy. And here's another tip about subheads on a page that demonstrates the effect of vague subheads and compares it to what happens if actually your subheads are clear, so you can really see what difference it makes. And when you go on Amazon, it actually gives you so many other examples that when I looked at it, I was like, come on, Amazon, don't give everything away. They will show you at least, I think, 10 tips, the complete table of contents and the complete index, which is this. As you can see, now you see topics and pages. And here, for example, under copywriting, you'll find tips about benefits, how to write copy that resonates, tips on headlines, questions in the copy, and so on. So if this sounds like something that can help you get more clarity as to what makes your website work, to help you become more confident about your copy and design decisions, and help you actually improve your website, get this book on Amazon. And when you do, once you start reading, once you start implementing its advice, let me know what you think. How's it going? Because the most I care about is not that you buy it, but that you use it and that it helps you. So at the end, you will see this happening to your own website.